Okay, so here's our introduction to logarithms. So basically, the first thing to know about logarithms is they seem hard at first, but if you know how to work with exponents, then you will know how to work with logarithms. It's really just another way of writing exponents. So we can see logarithms are defined by two equivalent forms. So you could have an equation written in exponential form, like b to the y power equals x. Or that same equation could be written in logarithmic form, which would be log base b of x equals y. These two equations are saying the same thing, they mean the same thing. You would just go from one form to another depending upon the type of problem you're trying to solve. So for example, if you have 5 squared equals 25, you can write that in logarithmic form by writing log, and then this base of the exponent, b for base, that 5 would now be the base of your log. So it wouldn't be a normal size number like in the exponent, it would be a little subscript, so log base 5 of, then the next number would be your answer number from the exponent, log base 5 of 25 equals, and then the answer to the log is always the exponent. So 2 is the exponent here, so log base 5 of 25 is equal to 2. So these are just two equations that mean the same thing. Now we're going to do a couple examples here. So this would be rewriting exponential equations as log equations. So if we got 3 squared equals 9, we would write log, the base would be the same as the base of the exponent, so base 3 of 9 equals 2, because the power is always the answer to the log. The logarithm is always the exponent, that second power. Alright, then for letter B, 5 to the negative first power is equal to 1/5. So we can write again log base 5 of 1/5. So even though it's a fraction, it still just occupies that same place. Log base 5 of 1/5 equals our exponent, -1. Then next thing to know is we have certain special logs. So the first ones we're going to see are the common logs. These are logs that have a base of 10. Unlike this log had a base of 3, this log had a base of 5. If you have a common log, it'll have a base of 10. And if you do have a base of 10, typically you'll see it written without a base. You'll see just log 100. And what that means is log base 10 of 100. On your calculator, you have a button that says log. That's talking about this common log. If there's no base, then you can just assume the base is 10. So we'll evaluate some of these logs. These are all common logs. It says evaluate each by rewriting. So that means we're going to have to reconceive this as something in exponential form. So to find the log of 100, we're saying log of 100 equals what? You know that base is 10. So if we rewrite this in exponential form, then 10 is still going to be the base. So we're going to have 10 to what power, because that's our unknown, is equal to 100. And that's the question we asked ourselves. 10 to what power equals 100? And we know 10 to the second power is what gives us 100. So we just found out what that question mark was. So the answer to this is 2. The log of 100 would be 2, because that's the exponent. Then B would be pretty similar here. So log of 0.1, then we're saying log base 10 of 0.1 equals what? We could rewrite it 10 to what power equals 0.1. Okay, base stays the same, and the answer to the log is the exponent. This kind of looked like it was up like an exponent or something, but that's just a regular size number, whatever is in here. And then, so we look at 10. What power of 10 will give us that? Well, 0.1 is the same thing as 1/10. So whatever power it is would have to move the 10 down to the denominator, which means it would have to be a negative power. So it's going to be -1. 10 to the negative first power is 1/10. So then that means the answer of our log is -1. And then last one we're going to see is log the third root of 10. So again, there's no base, but we have a base of 10. We're trying to find out what it equals. So if we rewrite that, it's going to be 10 to what power equals the third root of 10. And the third root, any root that we have will just go into the denominator of the exponent. So like this is 10 to the first power. So it's going to be 10 to the 1 over 3. That 3 in here goes into the denominator. So it's saying 10 to what power is 10 to the 1/3? And it would have to be 10 to the 1/3 power equals 10 to 1/3. So then the answer to this log would be 1/3. So hopefully this helps with your logarithm problem.